Hello everyone, my name is Chris and I have the honor to guide you through the EWM process today. To start off slow, our first sequence of getting in touch with the Extended Warehouse Management is an overview over the so-called inbound delivery. You just have to keep in mind that I'm going to show you the most basic process, which every EWM implementation boils down to. You might have a lot of optional steps in your own warehouse for sure, but the basic principles apply to every warehouse. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. As you can see, I already opened the EWM Inbound Delivery Monitor. The Inbound Delivery Monitor offers you an overview over all the data being transferred to the EWM system, as well as functions to repack delivery items, create warehouse tasks, and post the goods received. You can reach this monitor function via the Easy Access menu, or, because I prefer to have the basic EWM programs in mind, with the following transaction code. Now, let's have a look at what Linda received on her workstation. First of all, you can see two separated views in the transaction. Well, actually there's three, but when you open your first inbound delivery in your own EWM system, you will find out that the second and third screen are basically the same. So to keep it easy in the beginning, we are just going to focus on the header and item view. The upper view contains the inbound delivery header information. This information basically shows you what kind of delivery you have in front of yourself. Maybe it's a replenishment delivery, or maybe it's a customer's return. As you can see, there's a lot of different delivery types, which you can all use and customize according to your warehouse's needs. In the middle part of the screen, we see the different items being supplied to the warehouse in this specific delivery. We now see that Linda has received a whole lot of sunglasses today, and one of those delivery items is our nice handbag. Let's have a look at this one. In the item tab, you can see all the basic information concerning this product. Like, for example, the product number, and the goods received status of the item. In this example, Linda already posted some of those handbags, and therefore the goods received status is partially completed. That means that there's still at least one piece we can post the goods received for. And as soon as we post the goods received for the remaining quantity, you will see that the status is going to change. But before we do that, let's find out what other information the inbound delivery provides. On the Dates and Times tab, we can see when the inbound delivery was created in the EWM system and when we made the first action with it. In this example, we can see the delivery should have been arriving in the warehouse at the end of March, but the actual arrival happened on April 2nd. Now, let's have a look at the Partners tab. Here, we also can answer some of Linda's questions. The delivery items are obviously supplied by our partner, the fashion production company, and got delivered to us by the International Parcel Service. The Reference Document tab basically shows us how the corresponding delivery in our ERP or S/4HANA system is called. This is very helpful if we have to communicate with other departments in our company that only work with the ERP delivery number. At this point, I want to give you a note that with S/4HANA as the main reference system in the future, it is possible that EWM and ERP delivery numbers are the same. The next two tabs we are going to skip because they are basically self-explanatory, and let's go right to the Handling Unit tab. Here we can see that only one handling unit is left for Linda to work on. The tab contains the basic handling unit header information like the HU number, the packaging material, and a lot of other informations. More on that we are going to see later in this episode. And last but not least, the last important tab we are going to focus on today are the so-called PPF actions. What exactly those actions are, I'm going to explain to you in another training course. Right now, you just have to know that those actions displayed here take care of sending the information of Linda's goods received postings to the ERP system, because every change of stock also needs to be executed there too, in order to keep both systems in sync. And a goods received process, generally speaking, creates stock in the warehouse. Now, we have had a lot of information to show to you guys, and I also hope we could help Linda to answer all of her questions. Let's have a look at what she's up to with the inbound delivery. Well, no problem, Tom. Of course we can show that again, but please try to focus and pay attention next time. So let's see. We saw Linda packing the nice handbag from one parcel into another one, but before we are going to do that, let's have a look at the handling unit itself. So, let's switch to the handling unit view in the inbound delivery monitor and check out the parcel. In the packing view, we now see how our parcel is packed. Since we only have one handling unit left, of course only one is shown in the hierarchy. By expanding the view, we can have a look at the handling unit items. Wow, Linda has been really quick with repacking and goods received. But fortunately, we have one handling unit left we can pack. Now, after this short handling unit overview, let's get back to the inbound delivery. In order to pack, or in this case let's say repack, our nice handbag from one parcel into another parcel, we have to open the menu path, select the inbound delivery node, select the follow-on functions, and then let's go right to the pack node. You might wonder why this message pop-up appears right now. Well, the message we see right now appears every time the delivery has already been partially posted goods received. Now the EWM switches to the packing view. Basically we now see the same view as before, but this time we can actually change stuff. The first view was just for displaying purposes. Now, before we actually execute the packing process, let me explain to you in a second why such a repacking process could be helpful. First of all, the packing process is of course an optional step. We do not need to have a packed inbound delivery in order to post the goods received. But from our experience, most warehouses operate with some kind of handling unit to transport goods from the goods received zone to the actual put away. Of course, since our example is already packed, we would not have to repack it. But let's just assume you have some sort of conveyor system in your warehouse that only allows certain sizes of handling units to be transported, and the vendor's boxes do not fit that size. Or maybe you do not have a chaotic storage in your warehouse, but the storage, where the different types of products are stored in different storage areas with a certain distance between them. In this scenario, it would be helpful for a more efficient put-away process to build up handling units in the goods received zone that only contain items that are stored in one specific area of the warehouse. Let me explain that with a practical example. Let's suppose we pack one handling unit with all the sunglasses and another handling unit with all the handbags. The put-away process can now be done much quicker if the warehouse workers do not have to walk through the whole warehouse to confirm the put-away, just because we didn't repack during the goods received process. Now that you know why we want a repacking process to be executed during or after the goods received, let me show you how Linda did that. At first, we have to create a handling unit. This handling unit is the so-called destination handling unit for our packing process. Therefore, we have to enter a so-called packaging material. This packaging material tells the EWM what kind of handling unit we want to create, whether it's a carton or a pallet or maybe some other sort of compartment. The second input Linda made in the EWM system was the handling unit number. This number identifies the handling unit itself. If we now click on the execute button, you can see that the EWM creates the handling unit and inserts it into the packing view. Right now, we have two handling units in our inbound delivery. The one we got delivered and the new handling unit we just created. The easiest approach to repack is that we simply drag and drop the item we want to pack. And as we see, the EWM packed our nice handbag into the newly created handling unit. The next step is to save our on-screen action. If we do that, the system is going to show us a message that says empty handling units will not be saved. The EWM is then going to delete the empty handling unit. But why is that? Empty handling units can never be part of any kind of delivery, whether it's an inbound or an outbound delivery. It's always the stock that is part of a delivery. And only if this stock is packed into a handling unit the HU becomes part of the delivery. So, let's confirm the message, since we know that our source handling unit got empty during the packing process. And basically that's it. We successfully repacked stock in an inbound delivery. Now, let's head back to the inbound delivery monitor. The last step Linda performs now is the actual goods received. Cause everything we did until now was basically just repacking the nice handbag from one handling unit to another. So let's do it, let's post it. The EWM confirms that a goods receipt posting has been performed. Since our nice handbag was the last item to be posted in this particular inbound delivery, we can now see that the overall goods received status is now completed. Yes guys, we successfully did it. We repacked our inbound delivery and posted the goods received. Now, as the final step, let us have a look if we informed the ERP system about our posting as well. So let's check out the PPF Actions tab and look for our message. And here we go, there it is. So, Tom, I hope you paid attention this time,